Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Right? If there's anything that you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that beautiful, warm, bright, friendly, generous, creative, cheerful sun. This is really nice. This is full illumination. This is the idea that nothing will stay hidden forever, right? That everything will be revealed. This is also kind of a card that is talking about success and wealth, and it's a restoration of your health and vitality. This is the success of whatever endeavor you're currently undertaking, whatever work you're currently doing. This is magic. Let's put this into some context, shall we? Oh, see, now we're connecting it with that moon energy. This is the sun and the moon connected. This is the Nine of Wands. We've got the moon here at the bottom. And this happens to be your full moon reading, which is in Gemini, and it is on Monday. I feel like this is really, oh, look at that. I feel like this is an opportunity for you to really manifest, for you to really accomplish something, for you to for your prayers to be answered, perhaps, with this Taurus energy, this Hierophant energy down here. Let's finish up. We got Art or Temperance, the Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, sure, and the Three of Discs. Okay, yeah. We're definitely avoiding this. This is the position of what we do not want, right? And that we don't want illusion. We don't want things to be sugar-coated, right? And that is kind of making something more palatable, making something that isn't so good taste better by adding something that really doesn't add to the healthfulness of something, right? I can't say that word. The Seven of Cups has been showing up in a lot of the readings for this full moon. And I think that this is really an opportunity for us to have this kind of interior illumination to see, have we been sugarcoating things to ourselves, right? And, I mean, from other people and from the world, too. This is the card that we do not want. And this is something that it's in this position for you because I think it's something that you're consciously aware of, that you don't want things to be sugar-coated. You want things to be given to you straight. You want to see things as they are, right? And this could be the prayer. This could be what we're really asking for, is this illumination, this clarity, this sense of knowledge and understanding, the sense of wisdom, the sense of consciousness, right? With this Sun card, it's all about the brightness and the illumination of it. And perhaps that's what we were asking for. Maybe there's a matter that we're uncertain of. Well, let's select the mystery card before we get too far into this. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set it down over here. We'll put Mr. Ed right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Let's do it together, right? Let's make it a collective exercise in intuition. All right. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, let's look at these cards again. We've got our major arcana, 1, 2, and 3, right? And this is interesting with the majors because there's a balance here. And I wonder if it's a balance between full illumination, knowing everything, knowing all of the facts, seeing everything clearly. There are no shadows, there are no secrets. Everything is out in the open. And there's a balance between that and the Hierophant, the idea of fixed knowledge, the idea of you're being allowed a certain amount of information and that's it. The Hierophant is kind of one of those gatekeepers. It's kind of like you're on a need-to-know basis only, right? Whereas the Sun sees all, goes everywhere, can do everything, complete freedom. So there's something here. For some of you, this is really going to resonate. These are the major arcana cards that we have, right? We do have fire energy. We've got the water, and the water is what we don't want. We don't want to be treated like children. We don't want to be. We don't want a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down, right? We have air, just a little bit of the air energy, right? And then we've got our earth energy over here. So this is very interesting. I think what we're really asking for here is clarity. Yeah, for illumination. And as I say that, I realize that one of my candles here has burned out, right? So it's this idea of I'm only allowed a certain amount of candles, right? I'm only allowed a certain amount of light or heat or warmth. And I think we're trying to transcend that, okay? And this could be, I don't know if it's something at work, if something at home in terms of a relationship, whatever it is, it's a life reading, right? This isn't a career reading. This isn't a spiritual reading. This isn't a romance reading. It's a life reading, right? And we want strength in our life. We want full illumination. We want to be treated like adults, right? We want to be, we want our presence to be appreciated and recognized. And we want kind of like this full disclosure, right? And I don't know that it's really another person. I think it's something that's coming from within. You know, even the Hierophant, it's that inner guide. It's the mentor within you, in your soul, right? And even in the position of the environment, it's a Two of Swords. It's not really a rational discourse. It's an intuitive decision-making process, okay? So I think the full moon is really, in some ways, it's causing the scales to fall from our eyes, right? It's taking the blindfold off of a lot of us. And I think the universe is really answering your prayer in the sense that the universe is going to show you that you don't need to ask for things, that you are the creator, that you have the strength when you're able to connect sun and moon, external and internal, conscious, unconscious, the higher self and the personality, right? When we're able to integrate our experience, integrate ourselves, and this, it's kind of this individuation process, right? Stop sugarcoating things to ourselves, you know, have this kind of clarity. I think this kind of strength is allowing you to generate the kind of life that you want. We see that Three of Pentacles at the end, right? So I think there's something that we're trying to figure out. There's something that we feel, something we need but we don't have. And there might even be an idea that we aren't really sure what that is, you know? Let's look at the past card here with the Prince of Cups. Now, this is somebody that is relating to people in a certain way, but inside they've got this truth. It's almost like there's this hidden part of you that wants to shine. Now, I think this sounds quite like the last Libra reading that we did. I think we had some similar cards as well. The Prince of Cups is someone who is trying to live authentically, but is starting to become aware that people are treating you delicately for some reason, right? This is someone maybe who has had an illness. This And I think this is part of your energy, but it could be maybe we're talking about a water sign person. It could be. But I feel like there was a time in your past where you had some sort of I don't know if it was a major or minor injury or illness, and people treated you more delicately, right? And it could be that in the past you've been perceived as a more emotionally sensitive person, right? And again, this might not, for some of you, this is going to be resonating with you personally, but for others, I think this is going to be someone else in your life, right? Someone else that might currently be ill, sick or injured. And you may find that you're the one treating them differently, treating them a little bit more sensitively, right? And that's good. That comes from a place of caring and concern and compassion, right? But then I wonder if the cards here are saying that we need to perhaps not sugarcoat things toward this person, right? I think there's two sides of this. Two sides of this thing, right? There's light and shadow in each card. There is above, there is below. There is the new moon and the full moon, and the full moon is coming. The full moon says full revelation. And whether this is you and someone else, this water person in your life, or if this is the way other people are kind of treating you, there's this idea that everything needs to come out in the open right now, right? That we need to muster our own strength, and recognize the strength perhaps in this other person to reveal everything, put everything out in the open. Okay. And I don't know if maybe for some of you, this is perhaps a sick relative, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the family or in the house or with finances or with the estate or something. And it seems there's a lot of things going on, but there's this kind of gatekeeping that's going on where not everything is being revealed. It's just like selecting what gets communicated, right? Just giving a little bit of the information, not the whole picture, right? And so I wonder if there's somebody in your life that might be treating you that way. Because I feel like the prayer right now, we're asking for clarity. We're asking for this full illumination. We're asking for enlightenment. Now, this is spiritual enlightenment. Sure, this is union with your higher self, union with God, Goddess, Deity. And if this prayer is answered, if we achieve this union that we're longing for, everything will become clear. Okay? Maybe there's not necessarily another person. Maybe this is all just about you. Okay? And maybe you feel like there are aspects of yourself or of your purpose or of your life, of your mission, that are being kind of, gatekept by your higher self, so to speak. Maybe you feel like you're ready, that you have this strength about you now, that if you can just connect with this, I think this full moon energy is really significant. I think it really is opening people up to their inner nature, their true self, higher nature. It's kind of a portal. It's kind of a conduit. And I think you're ready to receive this full illumination. You're ready to know the whole picture. Not just kind of on a need-to-know basis, but you want all the facts. You want the entire file, because I think you're ready. And maybe that's what's being revealed with this full moon, is this rather full disclosure. Okay? And we're talking spiritual, yes, but I think there's a practical side to this too. I think there is something going on in your life that could benefit from this full disclosure. And maybe there's a Taurus person in your life here with the Hierophant card. A Taurus person that is kind of gatekeeping some of the facts or some of the information or some of the plans from you. Okay? Or from this third party, maybe. But this is also the idea of fixed knowledge. This is also the idea that what we know already is unchangeable, that everything is set in stone. Our past, our history, our culture, our upbringing, right? Our patterns of behavior, our patterns of thought, right? That everything is just kind of established. This is kind of like saying that you are as you will always be, right? This is a card that doesn't really allow for change. What we see exactly opposite to this is the card of kind of breaking through. This is no fixed energy, right? It's the Earth of Fire, the Princess of Wands. This is the energy that transcends. It says the earth isn't fixed, right? Because the earth then becomes the incense. When we add the fire, then it rises upward. This is the ambition to transcend what we already think is fixed and firm and established, the way things have always been. Right? This is limitation in some way. This is saying that the world of duality, the world of right or wrong, the world of yes or no, this has already been established. It is law. It is a spiritual dogma, and I don't think you're having it. I think that you don't believe in determinism. You don't believe that this is all there is, right? So when we're praying for this enlightenment, it's not to know what our destiny is, right? Because that's kind of like, that's this fixed knowledge that our destination is already written for us, that it's set in stone and it cannot be otherwise. That's not what you're looking for, I think. You're looking for your true self, your higher self, for the universe to give you the illumination to see the present moment, to see the here and now, to see all of the variables in your life so that you can move forward. There's not a predetermined destination, but perhaps there is a more guided course. Yeah. A more guided course. It's almost as if the Hierophant here is the textbook, is the map, right? And you need to have a map sometimes. It's good to have a little bit of assistance, right, as we're kind of sailing through the cosmos as this sun. So we want to be connected with our knowledge, our textbook knowledge, our culture, our history, everything that we've learned. But we have to be able to put that in practice. You can't read a textbook and think, oh, okay, I know how to do brain surgery now. What you learn in the book, it's going to be a lot different than in real life, right? You may have an idea of what your destination is in life. And maybe part of the full moon illumination, this spiritual illumination that we're after, this clarity, is giving you more pieces of that final destination, that kind of picture of your best life, the puzzle, right? Filling in some more details of what that is now, but that's not a fixed destination. Every step you take is going to change that picture just a little bit, okay? So we have an idea, but we have to go out into the real world and test it. You know, you can read a survival book about how to, do bushcraft, how to build a canoe and a shelter, and how to purify water, how to build a fire. But until you're actually out in the woods building the fire, you don't know what you're doing, Knowledge does not replace experience. Knowledge will help you to go out and get the experience. I mean, it's the difference between, just being dumped in a forest, not knowing anything about what to do, or maybe doing some research first, learn from some experts, find someone on YouTube that knows what they're doing, and watch some videos, and learn what you can, but then go out and test it. Test what you think you know. Right? So I think that this is really an important period in your life, because I think that we're beginning to see the difference between having that fixed destination. Like I said, it's kind of like this prayer is being answered, but the prayer isn't, I want to know my future and I want it now. I want to know what I'm destined to become, and I want to become that now. No, we're praying for the illumination to be able to experience that and create that as we go, as a process. Yeah, and that's the Ace of Wands in the future position. We're blazing the trail here. And you want all of the resources at your disposal. When we step into this direction, when we are shooting forward, as this illumined, this bright sun, I think you're someone that has a very cheerful disposition. I think that you really enjoy learning. You enjoy experiencing the world and learning new skills and testing your theories and testing your skills against all of the variables that will come up when you're out in the wilderness. In the textbook, they can't teach you all of the scenarios. They can give you a few, but they can't go through the infinite number of variables that you'll experience when you're out in the wild, right? So I think you like this flow of energy. You like this experience. And the connection with this water energy is still kind of perplexing me, because I almost feel as if you can handle a lot more than people give you credit for. That you're ready to go out. It's almost like the master says, no, you're not ready to go yet. You still have much more training to do. And you're just like, no, just let me go out and practice. Let me go out and try. Let me go enter the field. Let me go out into life and do these things. I've learned enough. You're ready to kind of leave the nest, so to speak. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It doesn't cost you anything, totally free. Okay. And leave some comments for me. That's my favorite part of doing this, is hearing from all of you. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. So our first card here is the Art or Temperance card. This is kind of trying to temper or moderate our ambition to move forward, our desire to know, our desire to do, and for clarity and for experience. Tempering that with the idea of there is still more to learn, there is still more work that we have to do internally, there's still more processing that we have to do. And I keep mentioning this full moon because I feel like it really is activating this fire energy in you. I think that you've been doing the kind of the study and the homework first, the emotional homework. You've been kind of healing. Maybe this is a card of processing a lot of the emotional stuff in your life. But I think you're ready to get outside. You know what I mean? I think you're ready to go and put all of this to the test. And that's what this illumination is doing for you. I think that's part of this, the full moon portal that we're entering into in just a couple of days. But we have to be able to do both. We need experience and we need knowledge. And that, I think, really forms a functional wisdom, okay, and gives us a strategy. We can't just go into something completely blind and expect to succeed. I mean, maybe we could. Maybe we'd have luck and we'd have this just fire on our side, right? But we need to have a little bit of a connection with the internal world. We need to have this connection with the knowledge of the thing, right? We've got to kind of sort of know what we're doing. And again, with the water energy, I feel like you feel that people don't give you enough credit, right? That people don't recognize how strong you are or how much you're capable of or how much you can handle, right? Because there's still this sugarcoating of stuff in the environment and what we don't want. We need people to be straight with us. And to do that, you've got to be straight with other people. And I think that's part of this whole Two of Swords connection that's in the position, literally in the position of the environment. It's time to really be, to have a shift in the way we communicate with others. You know, We have to have confidence in ourselves, but we need to let other people have confidence in what they are capable of. So just as we feel that perhaps people don't give us an opportunity, perhaps people think we are more sensitive than we are, or that we in some ways aren't as capable of doing whatever that Three of Pentacles, whatever that work is. We have to recognize how we might also be doing that to other people in our lives, or how we might be doing that to ourselves. It's kind of a limitation. The full moon really seemed, all of these readings seem to be about this kind of clarity and illumination, but also the purging of some of this emotional stuff, right? To recycle that energy. And it's very much about the creativity that we can then shift our focus to. Yeah. Because we see that shift here. And this is the connection. We're connecting with the internal work, the study, the stuff that takes place kind of inside the house, and then the stuff that takes place outside the house. And the sun is the perfect balance of that. Because the sun has that internal pressure, the internal stuff, the internal nuclear fusion or whatever, that is strong enough to withstand the pressures of outside. This is a card that says you're up to the task, that you're going to meet this thing with equal force. It's going to be, there's going to be equilibrium, right? There's going to be experience and the knowledge, right? And they're going to be working together. So we've got the connection there between inside and outside. And it's the balance here with the Art or Temperance card that we really need. And we need to be able to recognize how we might be also kind of doing the same thing that we're worried about other people doing to us, right? And maybe we're doing that to ourselves. Maybe there's an idea that this water sign person, right? Maybe that is a third party. Maybe there's a conflict with someone else in our lives, in our environment. Maybe a family member. Maybe a significant. I don't think significant other. I kind of feel like it's a family member. That there is a disagreement perhaps about how much to tell this other person, or if there are decisions being made for that person. I'm getting a strange vibe with this. I'm also getting an S name. First or last initial. There's something with that water energy and another person in your life, maybe sick or injured, or someone for whom you're trying to make decisions, but with somebody else. Okay, very interesting. So we talked about the Seven of Cups, and then finally we've got the Three of Pentacles. This is your understanding the process of creation on the physical plane. This is you putting the skills to the test. This is you kind of, landing right in the middle of the wilderness, and you're ready to start doing things. You're ready to start living that life. You're ready to start building. So I think the universe is answering your prayers, and this is kind of like the mama bird kicks you out of the nest. So you think you can fly? Go fly. And now we've got to do it, and we've got to focus on our physical capabilities. This could be a situation where you've had to recover. There's been some sort of rehabilitation physically, and now it's kind of like I got to go out and see if I can go back to work. I need to go and see how I can perform those tasks that I once did. Yeah. It's the focus on the physical body here. It's like our mind and our heart already kind of know we want people to don't sugarcoat things. Tell me like it is. Right? I can handle it emotionally. And it's the idea that you've got the knowledge and the skills and the clarity of mind. Right? Now all we have to do is really kind of assess our physical frame, our vessel, and see if it can carry us forward in the way that we've the way that we've seen, the way that we've perhaps determined, or the way that we're experiencing life. Again, we're kind of blazing the trail here. This is not something that you've ever done before. This is perhaps a burst of creativity, right? Maybe this isn't quite the physical ailment. Maybe this is some kind of new creative work, a new business enterprise. This could be a lot of things. These readings aren't just career. They're not just romance. They're not just spirituality. They're life readings, you know. But let's look at the mystery card. Okay, that might be able to tie things together for us. I don't have a prediction. In this case, I'm not going to try to guess this card because I kind of want to see whether it's an elemental card or whether it's fire. Maybe it is about creativity and vitality or spirituality. Maybe it is some earth energy. Maybe this really is about, seeing how far we can push ourselves physically. Are we still capable of those things that we believe ourselves to be capable of, or that we once were capable of? Is this mostly about the emotional interactions with the world, right? Or is this something else altogether? If you have a prediction, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm feeling an ace, but I don't think it is. I want to say an ace of cups, but I'm not gonna commit to it. All right, I don't know that that's what it is. So let's just let's reveal it. Oh, it's not the ace. It is the 10 of cups. Wow, interesting. Yeah, there is this emotional component, but not emotions and feelings, but deep spiritual soul desires, right? Of living the life that you feel so strongly about, living your destiny, fulfilling your destiny, finding the satisfaction and pleasure in your life. You're living your best life. You're in the middle of your absolute picture-perfect world, but this card is about you giving thanks, right? So to me, this is kind of like blessing received. The universe has answered your prayer, not by giving you everything you want, right? You can't petition the Lord with prayer, as Jim Morrison so eloquently sang. We're not asking for stuff. We're not asking for goods. You know what I mean? We're not asking spirit for money. We're asking for the clarity and the illumination to go and blaze our own trail and know what we're capable of, to know what we believe and what we think, to be confident in our knowledge and in our skills and in our ability, our courage to go out and use those skills to blaze our own trail. And this is where that trail leads. This is real satisfaction. This is the difference between somebody giving you $1 million and you earning $1 million, right? I mean, it's still $1 million. I would take it either way. But there's a deeper satisfaction with this, right? There's joy and fulfillment. Everything is satisfied, but there's something deeper there. And these people are looking toward the sky and giving thanks for that abundance. Giving thanks for the health, right? This could still have that injury or illness component. Giving thanks for health. Giving thanks for wealth. Giving thanks for love, for joy, for beauty, for connection. Yeah. So this is a very significant full moon for all of us. There's a lot to deal with in this reading. We're going to head into the extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Libra, but for every sign. Okay. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll come back and join me again tomorrow. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.